All right, so we are here with the beautiful Mercedes and Tiana. How are you ladies doing? Y'all can talk closer into the mic. But so I, definitely admire both of you guys in, everything that you're doing with music. For those who don't know you and are listening and are like, who the hell are these people? Tell us who you are and, your experience with music and all that stuff. So,
Well, I am Queen MC. I started off in a group called the Street Queens,
mm-hmm.
and I also have a brand called Sluts that will be coming soon, and I am a personality with my sister over here.
Well, you guys know who I am. I'm the motherfucker boss. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Tiana Michelle, former hairstylist turned rapper. And I don't know, you guys can find me on YouTube, all social media at Homicidal Hands.
What made you guys want to get into music? Because Tiana, I know you for your hair and all the wonderful things you do. So, where did the transition into music come from? Where did that start?
Well, for me, um, it's been something that I always wanted to do. I was just really, really, really scared. And me and Mercedes actually used to joke about rapping and making music all the time. And I forgot what made me do it. I don't know. It was
I
just like,
remember
what?
you was like, um, one day you were at my house, and you was like, what did you say? You was like, you walked out. You was like, no, you said somebody told you that I was could really rap, and you was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing it too. And after that, I was like, I remember you telling me, you was like, you should take it serious. And after that, it was, oh,
It was on.
yes, it's definitely on.
So, what do you guys enjoy most about music? Like, how would you describe yourselves as musicians? Because rap is a really big genre and there's so many different styles of rapping, there's so many different kinds of rappers. Like, what kind of rappers do you consider yourself to be when it comes to, you know?
For me, I just look at myself as a humble artist. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really look at myself as being a rapper because I'm an artist because it's like I like different genres of music. I want an R&B album and people don't even think they would think like, okay, you just rap, but no, I just am an artist and it doesn't have like a specific way of it. I just love it, and for me, it's been a big help. Like music helped me through a lot of stuff. So.
So I know you said you were a part of Street Queens.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that experience like? Because everybody knows Street Queens.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that experience like with all of the attention that you guys got with all
It
the?
it was really good. I liked it. I liked it. It was really like a new experience. It moved pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like everything went from like 0 to 100 real quick. From
Mm-hmm.
like putting out your first song, I remember recording our first song,
Yeah.
and like actually seeing the response to it when it was released and how everybody was like going crazy over it and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a good experience. I won't, I
Yeah.
learned a lot of things from the music business from being a part of the group.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm like, I don't know. I would say like I'm a trap like gangster rapper. Like I really want to be like I want to see like I'm really hood and duck when you see me. But in all actuality, like I'm really like a sweet person. I just really love um high energy. I love, what I'm saying? Like, I love rough gangster stuff because I am from, like, the projects. Like, I was born in projects. Like, that's just what I like. I like rough gangster music. So, my music is, like, the prettiest gangster you, like, think of the prettiest gangster, like, in your mind. And and think of what her music would sound like. That's my music.
I always love because I follow you guys on Instagram. I love y'all sense of style and sense of fashion and whatnot. Like when you perform, it's like your outfits match your personality.
Thank
You're so
you.
animated and so colorful, and I love it. And it really speaks to your brand and everything like that. So, What's it been like for you? Like, because you did like a video. You've put out a couple of songs. Like, what's it been like for you? Like, with all the attention and things that you've been getting now that because you still do hair, and then you rap now too.
Shh, don't tell nobody yet.
One of the best.
Thank you. But the attention has been great. It's not always been positive. Like, people definitely like try to bash you for any little thing. But I make the best of it. Like, I'm always like the glass is half full type person. So I'm definitely trying to figure out, how to fill it to the rim. And that's just how I approach life, and that's how I approach a lot of stuff. So when people talk their shit, I don't really pay it no attention. It makes me go harder. It make me call my sister and say, bitch, we giggle about it, we carry on about it, and, if we, excuse me, if we decide to address it, we definitely do that. And then we let it go, and we keep pushing, and we come back a little harder. So.
What about you, Mercedes? Just like, how do you deal with like all the attention and everything? Because you have so many eyes on you.
For me, I am definitely not the one to play with. Like, at first it was like, okay, don't say nothing, and you're a public figure. You're able to take what they can give you. No, I sit on those hoes' necks. I say what I feel, and I feel like if you don't say what you feel, that's a way for them to run over you, and they take that, oh, you're supposed to be this high thing, and you're supposed to be this public figure, so we can speak to you, call you what you want, call you out and stuff like that, and I just wasn't, that's not me. Like, no.
That's something that I like when it comes to people who have a big fan base, who have a lot of followers when you're a social media influencer. Like, when you're a musician or anybody in the public eye, I feel like people have this weird perception of public figures. Like, they feel like because you're a public figure, they should be allowed to do whatever they want. Like, oh, well, you asked to be
like,
here.
You're not supposed to say nothing. You're supposed to take whatever it is they give you. And I was just like, no, I respect everyone. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the most 100th person you probably will meet. But it's always that one person or a couple of people that's gonna come for you. And I feel like they can do that. Like, they have some type of what is it called? Some type of signature to do stuff like that, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still normal people. We still got feelings too. I address things. She may not address all the things, but when she don't address it, I'm definitely going to address it. Because at the end of the day, you are not going to treat us no different than you would treat anybody else. Besides gender, any of that type of stuff.
Yeah. I saw like this video today. I don't know if y'all seen it. Where Jay-Z like snatched somebody's phone out of their hand.
Oh yeah.
But like,
yeah, at his party, right? At Diddy's party.
Yeah. Like, he snatched up because it's like, yeah, that's Beyonce. Yeah, we're a bunch of celebrities, but at the same time, it's like there's a time and place for things. You know what I'm saying? No, Jay-Z snatched the phone out of somebody's hand that was like all up in Beyonce's like face, like trying to record her and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
So they're like, people were saying like this whole thing, like, well, that's Beyonce. Like, you should know, like people are gonna be taking pictures of you and doing things like that. But it's like, yeah, I'm Beyonce, yeah, I'm Jay-Z, but that doesn't mean that I have to be okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
So crazy. I was inside, like I was telling Tiana, like the week after the article came out inside the paper, we were downtown in a restaurant, and I remember this lady was across the bar from me. We were in a restaurant on King Street, and she just yelled out and screamed, and I was like, and she was like, "Oh my God, can I please take a picture? I'm not from here. I'm from New York. Can you please take a picture?" At first, I was like kind of frightened because I'm new to this. Like, the article only had been out for a week.
Yeah.
And she was like, what did she say? She was like, "Oh my God, I'm from New York. Can you please take a picture with me?" And I was like, "Of course." I didn't think anything about it because I felt like that's new. But I guess once you've had like that, platform for a while, that gets a little, weird.
You're used to it.
You already know who I am.
Yeah.
The whole world knew who I am at this point. So I guess like some people need that in the early stage, but then it's like, okay, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Mind your business. And you got another thing with them is they came into an era when they didn't have social media. They didn't have all the stuff that they have now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z them didn't come around, it was Facebook.
Yeah.
and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They were word of mouth.
Exactly. I totally agree. So, one of the questions I did want to ask you guys, being that you guys are a part of the LGBTQ community, like, how do you, and especially in like the hip hop and rap world, like, it's not. I won't say it's not, but traditionally, most rappers and the culture makes you feel as if like it's not very welcoming to.
I would.
I'm gonna let you go.
Yes. Okay. That it is like. Let me see how I can put it without being rude or without people thinking that I am a bitch.
It's okay if they think you're a bitch. Just say, "Hey,
They're
call
gonna
me
say
Miss
For
Bitch."
I,
Like,
for
They
me,
think you're a
I
bitch,
really
they
feel
gonna
like
put
this,
that
and
anyway.
this is just for the hip hop scene from down here to me, because that's I can't speak for the world. I can
Yeah.
speak from what I have experienced and what I have dealt with.
Yeah.
Now I have dealt with really good producers. I have dealt with really good engineers. I have dealt with really good managers and stuff of that nature. But for the most part, like the artists that I've seen in Charleston and I've dealt with, they're like very closed minded. And I had to think about it, and I got mad because most recently I was I was I wanted to interview one of the other artists because I'm going to have my own radio show too, and he was like he doesn't do interviews, and my thing was you're closed minded just like the whole rest of everyone else is, and that's why you're going to still be here. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you think that all these big names, let's speak on, we just spoke on Beyonce. Beyonce has a gay flock of gays. You understand what I'm saying? Because she knows the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to say like, oh my God, we're just, but at the same time, most gays that people have in their team works extremely hard for them. They go to the gusto for them. They make sure they're done right, not a strand is missing off their hair. And that's what I say is they don't get that down here. It's more so like, okay, they're worried about what people say, not knowing what people saying, and you get trans or gay or whatever you want on your team, your stuff is going to flourish because one thing about the gays, they're very perfectionistic. They like things to be perfect. So you have those type of people on your team, you're definitely going to make it.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Because you got that type of energy in your team. And down here, they're very closed-minded. They really care about what their neighbor's saying, vice versa, the person on their television is saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, so it's been very hard. I've had doors closed on me. I've had people be very rude and nasty. I've had all of that, but it didn't stop nothing. And I always say, well, since I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to just keep going hard. I'm not going to allow you to think that you're going to stop my platform. It's not.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So what about you, Tiana?
I feel like I love the fact that I am a part of the LGBTQ community because it gives me a certain seasoning that nobody else has, and it gives us a lane that we can dominate without an issue. So I love the form, the platform in that sense, but I also hate it when it actually comes to the actual logistics of working with other males and what I mean, even females too, because a lot of females are intimidated, what I mean, by us and by the things that we can do and produce and how we can look and what I mean, put things together. And that's something that we don't really struggle with any of it because we already know what it is and we've come to terms of what it is. So it's more so of a barrier that we already automatically know that we have to hop over. You know what I mean? So they ain't really fucking with us. You know what I mean? Like and I mean that in every sense of the word. Like they don't feel obligated to. We aren't counted in. We aren't even thought
And
about.
we're fine. We're just fine. We are just fine. My thing is, at first you felt some type of way because it was like, oh my God, they don't want to do this with us, or they're acting this way with us. My thing was, that's cool. At first I felt some type of way. I was mad. I wanted to cry. I was like, wow, this is what you really have to deal with. But then I started looking at it and I was like, you're not. Me and my sister can get on us. Me and her can get on this phone and pull it up, and 11,000 people will watch me and her playing each other's hair.
Mm-hmm.
We got 12, 13,000 people come and watch us eat a sandwich. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that lets me know, and you can y'all put out videos, visuals, and y'all have maybe a couple of views. So I mean, at the end of the day, you should have came in and wanted to slide with the, get on the winning team. But I mean, we came to the conclusion where the team is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We build our own. We don't need that. If we can't get on y'all radio station, we'll go build our own. We can't get y'all record stores, we'll go build us a record store. Mm. Everything that you think you're going to stop is not going to happen with us. We are definitely two big personalities that knows what we want, and we get that done.
And it is disappointing, like, how in Charleston, like, I wouldn't even say it's disappointing in Charleston because nothing surprises me in Charleston anymore because, when I hear, like, situations like what y'all have been going through or whatever, it just reinforces that crabs in a bucket mentality because
completely.
people are so close-minded. Like, they're so, just like how you said, they're afraid of what the world will say when it's like they don't even know how to think for themselves. They don't know how to speak for themselves.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't even feel like they're afraid of what the world may see because the world is with the shits. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's not the world. It's here. Like, it's literally here. And you can go. I've lived in Orangeburg. I've lived in Atlanta. I've been through other cities, plenty of other places. I've traveled, and it's like, it's not that. It's really just, I only feel that kind of hatred when I'm home. Mm-hmm. And that's bizarre and it's unfortunate, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't. And it's hard for me, too, because I got so much other shit to worry about. Like, that's not going to make me stop what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, only thing that's going to stop me from doing what I'm doing is it not being enough money at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Then I know it's time to do something else. But other than that, if these niggas don't want to mess with us, they don't have to. I mean, we going to kick doors down regardless. Like, we got shit going on. We going places. And it's ironic because we'll probably be the motherfuckers that put this shit on. You know what I mean? Because ain't none of them niggas hitting on shit in real life.
Yeah, that's another thing that I noticed. Like, it's like it may be a part of the reason why they treat y'all the way that they do is because, everybody always talks about, oh, this person is gonna make it. This person is gonna make it. It's like, is it fear that someone within the LGBTQ community is going to be the one to like
that's the complete fear, and it's so crazy because
this is the thing. This is so funny to me because
that's one of the reasons why they won't even play us on the radio.
And that's exactly why, because they know that that's what's going to happen, because they know for a fact we put in work behind whatever it is we got going on. That's not even a situation like what us not putting in the work. Whatever what someone from here could have been on, okay? What they do is they make a song, they put the song on. Once the song is out, is everybody, okay, well, let's just see what it does. Mm-hmm. You have to put work. It's not, exactly. None of this stuff is easy. Like, not at all. Recording, going to the studio, making sure your stuff is put out, market the proper way. It's a process.
It's a process.
You have to understand. That's what I like to say apart from when people say, oh, you're just a local rapper. No, it's a difference. I'm not a local rapper. I'm an artist. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't say, okay, I'm getting on a track. No, it's not just that one song. Has a lot behind that one particular song. Yeah. Those bars, it's a lot behind it. It's a lot of promotion. It's a lot of pushing.
Tell them niggas they better ask Spotify about them 27 countries.
Yeah, you have to do these things. And people don't understand it. Y'all are still stuck in y'all own mind. That's why y'all don't move past Orangeburg. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's because they got this mindset, oh, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. But no one, I can understand. You have people that's homophobic. You have people that are racist. You have people who are just like, have their ways and there's all these different things. For me, I don't know about them. I want to get on the train with the bag. I want to go where the money going to go at. You think I'm caring about what Tom, Dick, or Harry got to say? Because guess what? I'm going to still be right here in the same place and ask them, since you promote and you're so happy and your team said, go ask your homeboys. How many of your homeboys downloaded your song? How many of your homeboys that you're trying to impress, ask them how many of them have downloaded your song. Ask them how many views have they done on your video on YouTube or any of these other platforms. You understand what I'm saying? Talk about that. But that's to show you how small-minded And I don't blame them. I blame their parents and their ancestors before that because they passed that crap down to them. You understand? That crap didn't just come up or they just didn't woke up one day and say, "Oh, I'm gonna act this way. I'm gonna be this certain type of way." No, what it was your mama told you that was something that you don't do, or they have put that inside your head. Maybe they didn't tell you needed give you enough love. So now you go out and you try to destroy other people's dream or whatever somebody else got going on. That's where I don't. That's the where I draw the line. You understand what I'm saying? Don't beat me down for my craft. Don't beat me down for my looks. Don't beat me down before what I've been blessed with. And you trying to curse it by thinking you're gonna down talk it or downplay it. They didn't want to play our song on the radio. That's cool. They didn't want to help. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be a part. That's fine. So we have, and I'm glad I'm on the radio. So this will be recorded for life. when we were when we were going to, when they were having all these awards, when they were putting up these mixtapes and stuff, they were just trying to, oh no, we're not going to do that. I even was told from somebody from the radio station. I asked one of my managers. I was like, okay, why is my song not being played on the radio? Oh, they're scared of you guys. They're scared that you're going to be the next thing to happen, and they don't want that to be coming from Charleston. That's fine and cool and clear with me. But you said you don't want that to be the next thing. The night they did play it, it came on. My phone did not stop ringing. My phone rung. So, oh my God, people you don't even think listen to the radio heard me that night. You know, and that's why I was saying like, and the funny thing about it, it was during the time the storm was. So you know, people were preparing to like get out of town. But just the fact that people still was hitting my line like, oh my God, we just heard your song on the radio. You were on the radio. Oh my God, that's right. Then it was, I have thousands of followers. So people were calling the radio station. And I knew that it was like you know, like they call in and vote. And they told us, oh, we didn't win. And I was like, you're lying. Just in my that I can pull this video out right now. That video has all of 3,000-4,000 views on it. So you mean to tell me these people went and looked and none of them called over there? No one called. And I knew it was because one of the guys that was, I was in the car when he did it. They were like, yeah, we got it. And I could hear the frustration in his voice that so many people had been calling up there, voting for us. You understand what I'm saying? But it's okay because it's like, I want them to keep that energy. You see what I'm saying? Because when I do blow, which I will, probably in the next 48 days, whatever, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, Mercedes don't come and she don't do this, she don't do that, and Mercedes is acting this way and she thinks she grand because she did it. No, y'all wouldn't even give us a spec on the radio. Huh? You give us a 3-minute set or 2 minutes and you cut the song. So
I was to say it was more like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
45 seconds.
Yes, I still got it recorded and all that. So you know what I'm saying? So they definitely I'm not in a bad place. Yeah. If that's what y'all feel y'all have to do, honey, that's what y'all do. You gotta do.
More power to y'all.
Definitely.
So now that we know how y'all feel and what y'all think of the treatment and the experiences, all of that. So what's next for you guys? Like, where do you see yourselves going musically? Like your brands, like what direction do you see yourselves going in?
We're working on our joint project that's gonna be coming out.
I didn't know about this.
It's a secret. Nobody knows.
So I feel special.
Nobody else knows.
Because I know.
Literally nobody else knows. So we're doing a joint project because our fans are dying for that. But it will be individual songs from each of us on the project.
Okay.
And we keep shoots going on. We keep videos. We always drop in viral freestyles, viral videos constantly. You know, now we're just trying to branch out, really.
We have been kind of, excuse me, sister, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
We are actually kind of outgrown Charleston because it's like not even with the, as far as like events to go to network and, you know, get like stuff to get, it's not even none of that here. Like we don't, for the type of music we don't have like places we can go and it's like, you know, maybe 20, 30 different artists in there that we can come, you know what I'm saying, we can hear. That's not none of that goes on here. Yeah. And it's so closed-minded that it's like,
because I mean, people have to realize like it's not just hard for us to get our music played, and we're not even crying about that. We're not even fussing about the fact that nobody will play it or nothing like that because our fans find us. We have plays now, like we have numbers. Like don't get us wrong. It's more so of the impact. Is so many components that go into trying to be an artist and trying to really become the household name and build that brand to the point that it involves every other industry, and it's really the real reason why I evolved into being a rapper because I can use styling, I can use my me doing hair, you know what I mean, like all of that into one, and it's kind of like you have to be able to connect with the heavy hitters in all of the other industries, and it's really hard for us to do that in our area because it's so close-minded and people are so set in the ways of how they want to perceive people who come from our community. So it's we've been noticing that it's time for us to really branch out because it's kind of like a
it's not a
revolving door.
it's not a healthy environment for you guys to be able to
At all.
thrive the way that you should because you're both talented.
Thank you.
You know, and it's unfortunate that it's just unfortunate that even, you know, just like how you said you go anywhere else and you come home and it's like you're treated the way that you are, like it would be discouraging for any kind of artist. Like it would be whether they were a part of the LGBTQ community or not. Like I've heard of tons of artists who go through that where they'll, you know, put out projects, you know, go out to events and things like that around here. They don't get any love. They don't get anything.
And I thought, let me tell you, I was watching a local artist perform. I won't say her name. And when I saw her performing, the club was packed. She was literally sitting there, and she was standing there giving her all, and they're just literally just staring at her, like not even showing love and doing all those things. Like you know what I'm saying? When you're an artist and that dampens some of the artists' dreams and what they want to put out. At first, I thought it was just a LGBTQ thing. It's not, and I would definitely say it's just not that because I've seen other women online, and I've seen them, you know what I'm saying, trying their hardest. Men also, they don't support you. That's why recently they did this mixtape thing, and they were like, "This."
I don't have a comment about the mixtape.
They did this mixtape thing, and after they did this mixtape thing, I don't know what's going on. They did the mixtape thing, and after they did the mixtape thing, it was every bit of people from places I've never heard. That's even in Charleston. People I've never, don't know your sound, don't know what you've done. Like, I don't know. Like, and y'all are putting this perception out that this is how us from Charleston and the South sound. No. We don't sound nothing like that. Some of that stuff is garbage. And I will definitely be one to go on the record and say it's garbage. And y'all are making people feel that's how the South sounds. And by them doing that, people do think that, oh my God, they have that sound. Like, I don't want to mess with that. If that's how they sound, that's all they have to offer. So now you've seen why they're not other Low Babies and there are other Megan Thee Stallions and all these different people that's coming up because of this, because of what they're making and what they want people to perceive and think that's how the South sounds. Sounds nothing like that. We do not sound like none of that. Like, people know how Homicidal Hands sound. People know how the Street Queen sounds. People knows how Queen MC sounds. People knows how my friend Pora sounds. People knows who Block is. People knows that's our sound. What other person is your new favorite artist, the little boy? What's his name?
Long Money Folk?
Yeah.
He's not new. He's been rapping.
Well, people know who that is, but they don't solidify that. They put it in some people saying sound like they're giving you every bit of poetry. Like
there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is this. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. My thing is this. When you have artists who have, because that might be their sound. You know what I mean? Who I feel have said, okay, I see my demographic. I want a following. I want fans. So they have created what they feel like people from here want to hear, or people from here should sound like, and I feel like to be accepted into certain things and to do, you know what I mean, certain festivals and just do certain shows that you somebody who sounds like a Pora or a Block or a Long Money Phil won't get the opportunity to do. I think the fact that somebody took that and kind of idolized it and created it to be something that it to make us sound like something that we don't, you know what I mean? Like that's what was upsetting for me about it because we do have tons of talented real artists who have a real following from the real black community that are way more intriguing, way more talented, have way more following, and you know what I mean, looks as far as the total package. I mean, videos. You know what I mean. We have that. So to take these people who you feel sound how you think someone from down here should sound and glorify that, that's what was disgusting to me about it.
Okay, yeah, because and I'm familiar with the project that y'all are referring to. It's just, it's to me personally, I get y'all frustrations. I just feel like the people that weren't chosen could have still been acknowledged.
Exactly.
And that was the main thing because there were tons of people left off of the project that were very upset, that that are very talented, that weren't even acknowledged. Like, cause I remember you posted it on your story, like when people were commenting,
and I mean, I don't want to just make them feel like we're just talking about them because it's been
oh
plenty
yeah,
of
yeah,
other situations. This is just the most recent one, but it, I feel like a lot of things are done. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. And certain things are very distasteless because of who people think I am. So that's just why I feel like that.
I can understand that. So Mercedes, I know you said that you're no longer with the Street Queens. Do you want to share with us a little bit why, or you just
Well, yeah, I will share why. Um, we're not together. Well, the group is still a group, but I am like kind of like on a separation thing at this point because it's like I felt like I was not an artist. I wasn't.
Living to your complete
Yeah,
capabilities.
I was more so like the. I felt too management. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing things that I shouldn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? And I pulled the group for a very long time, and I kind of like got tired of it. And by me trying to pull the group so long, I was forgetting about Queen MC. I am not just musically inclined to one thing. I love different genres. I like different things. And I felt like being in that group, I would have only had to have this one look and this one thing like, oh, um, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like, let me see how I can put it. Like, people had a perception of me being more so like the nasty girl or to just like be ratchet, real ratchet. Vice versa, I just don't want to be in that one direct. Like I like R&B. I want to sing. I want to do other stuff. And I
you
feel
wanted to
like,
expand?
yeah, I want to expand. So my me just putting in that thing. So I did put out a song, and a lot of people was like, "Oh my God, we want to hear you on your nasty." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, that's not who I am. And I don't want that to be the look that people got up for me. You know what I'm saying? Because they automatically have a look for trans women, period. Like, oh, this is the sound. They're supposed to sound this way, or they're supposed to be that particular way, overly sexualized. And I'm not that girl. Like, I'm every bit of like, my sister will tell you, like, I am very jokey. I am very like homey. Like, I am that girl. People would think that I'm just real, bust it open, bust it split, and all that right there. But I'm really not. I'm very home. I like being around my sister. We're really like, you know what I'm saying, as one. And another reason is I'm not in it because my sister allowed me to see that it was more than it was more to life. It's more things can be your own individuality person. It got to the point to where I told her, I was like, when you're in a situation to where you're not yourself and you don't even feel pretty or beautiful or don't feel, you feel like you're wearing a mask, and that's how I felt. But with her, with my sister, and I know I'm going off the topic, but with my sister, she made allow me to know like, no, bitch, there's other shit going on in the world. You're bigger than that. No, I don't know why you feel that way. I don't care if you wake up and you got one lash. It may wear her out, but she gonna still tell me like, no, sister, you are so pretty. Like, and I had to get away from that, and I got into a positive energy. I thought being on my own like would be. I was scared, of course, because you know you scared. You be like, okay, I've been in a group. I've always had two other. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in a group is it's more so like you got like if you fall this way you got one to catch you this way, and if you fall that way you got this one to catch you. And my sister got me out of that. Like, no, you're the you can stand one by yourself. And I just experimented with it, and I got my own fan base, which was which is really still is huge, and it just showed me other stuff, you know. So it was no, I don't have any bad blood with the Street Queens because at the end of the day, that's still a group that I established. So I really don't have nothing bad to say about that situation. Yeah. But I just kind of like
it was a stepping stone.
Stepping stone. It was something that I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like every artist, any major artist, always if I look back and I do like my homework on them, they came from a group. So it was like, okay, that's fine.
You got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And like, it's good that, sometimes, it doesn't always have to be something negative. It's just sometimes like you just realize like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need to go this direction. Or because life will take you that way. You might be riding down one road 1 minute and then realize you need to get over into the other lane.
Exactly.
You need
and that's exactly what it's been like. It's been like more so like, I just wanted to broaden my horizon.
Without limitations.
Without limitations, because I felt so limited to so many things. I can't sing on this record because this, you know what I'm saying? Like, but with my own projects and stuff that I do with my sister is like, okay, you like this. If you don't like this, you don't have to do it that way. If you're not comfortable doing it that way, you don't have to do it. It's more so like we have a more of an understanding as a duo, and it's more people love us together because one thing about us, nothing is fabricated. We are very raw and uncut, and our love for each other is pure. Like that is my sister. We may have not came from the same womb, but if a person came around us, they would definitely think so.
And our moms are friends. Yes. Like that's crazy. It's so crazy.
That's always
like,
so cute to me. Like when you see like friend people that their parents are friends too, I'd be like, that's so cute.
Yes, and it's like we really like genuinely like I've never, like I said, I told her the other day, I was like, this is like the most happiest time in my life. Like I am so happy. And she was like, really, sister? And I'm like, yes. Like you know how good it feels to wake up in the morning and FaceTime my sister, or child. Sometimes we FaceTime from we in the same house. So it's like, okay, what are you doing? And I know that's just another person that got my back. Like that's my ace. Like it's not I'm a wake up. Like I can go around other people and be around other chicks and hang out with them. And my sister now feel like, oh, you're taking me away from my sister. Is everybody okay? What you doing? If I want my sister to pop up at this dinner or wherever, we have these big, nice iPhones. Okay, and I'll FaceTime her, and she would definitely show right on up on the screen. So if I need her, she's always there the same, and it's vice versa. Yeah. And I felt like when you got that type of energy and you got that type of good, you don't got nothing. There's no other way but to go to the top because we have nothing but love, good energy, and good spirits within with anything we got going on, and we always put God first in everything.
Period.
Well, I definitely love that about you guys, and definitely being a part of like the LGBT community, it's nice to be able to see like positive representation like that, because I think so much now like people try to feed us these like negative views, negative perceptions, or these stereotypes and things like that, and it's refreshing to be able to see like you guys saying like no like we can be whatever we want to be, like we can be this, we can be that, we can be this.
And I definitely wanted to that was definitely something I wanted to talk as far as like us being trans and stuff like that. And I really feel like some people don't represent it the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? People
at all
make these assumptions
my gosh.
and say certain stuff about
Oh.
stuff. Like, as far as like what I want people to understand with trends, right?
Oh my
I hear a lot of
gosh.
people say we ask for too much. They say we ask for entirely too much.
As a community.
As a community, right? But this is what I want people to understand. We ask for we don't ask for enough.
Mm-hmm.
There is 24 black trans women that are dead, and some of them I don't know if they caught the people, but they're going. I haven't even checked it because at one point I was checking it every month, and it was another trans woman dying every month. They're not
like every
talking,
day.
Yeah, every day. Like
Over the summer, we
yes.
wake up and it was a new girl every day.
Yeah.
And they're not talking about that, but they can say,
Do you know if it was 24 blue-eyed, blonde-haired women?
Oh, this world would be up in flames.
Okay.
Like there would be chaos.
Okay.
Like,
they have all those girls. B number 12 was one of my friends. All these people are dead, and no one is saying anything about it. But they're mad if they're going to use the bathroom. They're doing the bathroom, or you're going in the bathroom, or you're doing this and this, that, and the third. That is not no. You know what I'm saying? Give us rights because no one is standing up for us.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like when people do stuff like that, and all this is going on, what's so much? What's the lot that they're asking for? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to use the bathroom, go into a bathroom where there's other men and they can take a chance on getting raped.
Yeah.
Or is it what I want to understand? And I really wish that I could.
All of the major issues about like with the trans community aren't even really that serious or hard to figure out. And I feel like it's so many other motherfucking shit that the politicians and all this bullshit could be talking about. Like, I don't even know, like, how is it not common sense to people?
And I seen where's her name was Flame. She got on the Breakfast Club and she
Flame Monroe.
Yeah, she got on the Breakfast Club and she was saying what was it she said? Because I need you to regret.
She said a lot of bullshit. She said that she only deals with the gay community after 4, I think. And she says that she
Wait a minute. She's talking about a time of day.
Yes.
Oh, she's a quote unquote trans woman. This is coming from a trans woman
with big knockers up on her chest.
But she's a drag queen and she's a comedian.
Yeah.
And she basically went on a Breakfast Club to make the whole dynamic about like trans rights and the correct pronouns to use and her stance on how she feels about certain shit like that. And it was just a whole bunch of incorrect information. And I feel like she should have made it more about or more known of the fact that that's how she personally felt, and that's not how the whole community is.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
she
I
should
totally
have made
get you.
it. She should have started and made it more about, even if she had any control, because I'm pretty sure a lot of that shit was edited. But no, she really feels like a lot of that shit too. But she should have made it known more that that's personally her feelings about
That's not
the topic.
Yeah.
Because she depicted the community very disgustingly.
You have to. And one thing I've learned when people, some of the trans girls that I see like on TV, like on these different platforms.
And I don't mean to cut you off, sister, but a lot of people who are being depicted as trans are not trans.
And a lot of them that on like TV and saying, "Oh, I'm standing up for trans." First of all, you have to understand when they're saying, "Oh, you don't do that and you don't do this." There are trans girls that live in hotels that they have to prostitute to feed and eat. You understand what I'm saying? There are girls who they won't give them nothing but jobs in a hotel because they don't want the public to be able to see them. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't talk about that. You can say, "Oh my God, I'm struggling because I'm trying to go through my transition." I can understand that. That's cool and very, but let's talk about the ones that live in real life that doesn't have no place to stay, that their family has found out that they're gay or they're
and threw them out
homosexual or whatever the case may be, and throw them out on the street
at the age of 12,
and 12 and 13 years old. But they
14.
talk about that.
So if you were thrown out of your house at the age of 13 because you told your parents who you were, and you decided that you were going to live your life for who you were, and now it's I have to adapt to how to survive. So say you dropped out of school at this point, you don't have a diploma. Now you're of age to get a job, but you can't because you don't have a diploma. Not only are you turning to whoever is telling you that they care or love you or, you know what I mean, taking you in, never mind what they're doing to you, you know, what advantages, you know what I mean. You now at this point you want to go to get a job, so when you go to ask for an application, the person on the other side of the counter is judging you by how you look. So you 9 times out of 10 they're telling you they don't have any applications, or they're ripping up your application and throwing it in the trash, and the manager doesn't even you know what I mean, receive it before you even walk out of the door. It's hard for a lot of those people who don't even have a high school education to put in their mind, let me find a legal way to survive. So it's completely easy to sell drugs and sell your body and shoplift and, you know what I mean, do these things. So I feel like, especially in the South, there are no safe havens for people like us. And it's not just 1 or 2 people. Every family has a trans person in it. You know what I mean? Everybody knows somebody who, you know what I mean? So that goes to show you that all of those millions of people never get an answer, never get help, never, you know what I mean? So that's my frustration with a lot of it, because what do you expect?
And that's something that I've noticed a lot too. It's a lot of misinformation, a lot of misrepresentation, and all it does is lead to, for people on the outside, like, it just leads to more confusion. People aren't aware. People are uneducated, so they say the wrong things, or they do the wrong things, or they don't know how to conduct themselves, or just anything. Like, it's just unfortunate. Just like how you were saying, what was the person's name that was on the Breakfast Club?
Flame Monroe.
Yeah, like how people like that, they know, like, okay, you're on a platform as big as the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
That everybody listens
Madison
to.
hasn't even been on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on.
I love her though.
Yeah.
But that's how you know they want certain narratives to be shown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm going to ask a question just so that we can educate the people listening. Define what trans is for the people that are listening.
That's a hard one. So you can have that one.
To me, trans is not from what I've been taught. Trans is not. It's different ways, because you have women that were born. I mean, you have men that were born with their male parts and they transition to women's parts. You have women that were transitioned from, you know, females with female, yeah. And from what I've heard, trans does not have a stigma, because you can be trans and don't having to put a hormone in your body, from my understanding.
Like me.
Yeah. So they have different perceptions of what it means. But what people does is they have this thing called a drag queen. Now, drag queens look at...
And drag queens are not trans.
They're not trans.
Women.
And I've seen that so
And I am so...
much.
I don't care. I don't care what the
LGBTQ
LGBTQ say. No.
Like,
Hell no.
A drag queen dresses as a male during the day and a woman at night.
So you're not going to tell me, and you're not going to talk for me, and you're not going to say...
Exactly.
You're not going to have a voice for me, because I'm a woman 24/7, period, not after 5. So you're not going to tell nobody to call me he and him, and no, hell no.
That's so crazy, right? Because you know, I just went to a show, and this lady, now you know for a fact I do not look like a man. So she said him, and I was like, you know what? This bitch want me to curse her out. She want me to read her. And I was like, it's not even worth it, because I just look at you like, you understand. You're not going to walk up to somebody that clearly looks just like a woman to you.
Exactly.
And you gonna start saying, "Oh, him or he," and you know what you're doing.
And then I think, a lot of people intentionally do that because
Yes,
they
do
want.
it because they want
Yeah.
you to be like, "Oh, you don't say it that way." And some people want you to trigger about what you gotta understand. You have a lot of trans that's went through stuff. You have trans that's been beaten, raped, all type of stuff that happened to them. So don't think you just gonna approach them and then when they kick your asses, oh, you shouldn't have did that. No, because you thought they was
They
some
want to
type
say,
of
"Oh, they're so violent" or whatever.
they're so violent. No, don't run up on me. That's why I like to let them know too. Don't think cause I pretty and I wear these long nails, you're gonna run up on me. You're not gonna touch me. You're not gonna do none of that. Cause at the end of the day, I still know how to kick ass too. Don't let this long hair and these nails fool you. And when I say that don't mean like, oh, I'm gonna turn into a man. No, I'm gonna show you that I can still hold my own. And that's just that. Like, don't think you're gonna approach me any type of way because you feel that I'm not whatever it is that you want me to be. No, that's
And the thing that gets me about that is, what bitch are you gonna run up on?
especially not me, girl. I got a creep.
Kimberly, you gonna let somebody run up on you?
Hell no.
So I want to know who are these bitches? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what makes somebody wants to try you because you're trans?
Yeah. I've never understood
that's-
that.
that's-
I've
that's
seen things like,
crazy.
I've seen people put themselves in situations where they'll intentionally like,
Got
they
their
know,
ass
like,
whooped.
yeah, and it's just like, you can't even feel sorry for them because it's like, you put yourself in that position. Like, that's just like for,
Let me tell you something. Real motherfuckers, because it could be female or male, know that you have to respect people, period.
yeah.
It just be the clown motherfuckers who just feel like they got something to prove, and those are the motherfuckers who are hiding who they are.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
And they mad because you got enough guts to be who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people's problem.
And I just was saying that. Let me explain. I say this all the time. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I see that people do stuff and you don't have to have no big nice car. You don't have to have none of these things. I watch on a regular, and I tell her this too. You always check. You can check out a person, or you will know what type of people you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to have a lot. People be jealous of you because of your heart. It doesn't have anything to do with what you have at some time. Because I've been this way all my life. So I've known what it is to be people being jealous and envious of you and knocking your shit. And the only reason they do that is because they see shit in you that they're not, their hearts and their minds and they can't do it. So it's a threat. And people they're scared of what they don't understand. So what they
Very
do
true.
is they try to down it. Like, oh, I'm going to just go talk about you. Or you messing with them and they got this going on. No. Maybe if you were smart enough to have, you know what I'm saying? Or look into certain situations, like educate yourself, then you wouldn't have those problems. And then you would know when you run up on people or you feel like you coming at certain people, they're not me. They can say what they want to say. I am the clapback queen. When you talk about me, I'm going to jump on my live and I'm going to see how I feel. That's my platform. I don't know what their platform is, but when I feel that I'm being threatened or I feel like someone has made me feel uncomfortable, I go talk to the people because I like to let them know what your people are doing.
And you have a right to be able to say how you feel. Like, that's another thing. Like, I don't understand, and this is something I've never understood about people's perceptions of the LGBTQ. The LGBTQ community is like they feel as if like, you know, like how we were talking about the, yeah, and it's not even that. It's just like they feel like just because you choose to live the life that you want to live, they make it seem as if like you deserve to get beat up. You deserve this type of treatment. It's like, well, no.
When you feel that I deserve to get beat up, just know when you come with me, you come for the queen. Just know I got a man that's almost 200 pounds with made solid. So don't say when he whoop your asses, oh, I thought he was just a punk, so I just ran up on him. Or right there, no.
No,
200 pounds is solid.
keep that same energy right there.
Keep that exact same energy. You think you approaching me and you see something come behind me. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't tell the judge you was attacked.
Exactly. Don't tell him you got attacked. Tell him you just ran up on the queen. That's all. Take that to court.
Well, I definitely appreciate you ladies for coming and sharing your perspectives, educating our listeners because I'm very big on people being more aware and learning how to learn it. No, I'm not gonna say learn how to live, but learn how to be able to treat people, understand different perspectives and whatnot. Because I feel like it's important that people understand like where you guys are coming from, and y'all are two have very large brands, very large platforms in Charleston. So,
Impact.
impact, yes, you have
That's what I
impact
like to
and
call it.
influence.
Impact.
And influence. Exactly. So it's important that people, I love how y'all take the time to educate people, whether it's in a funny way or whether it's through your music or whatever. You take the time to show people like, you matter, like your perspectives, you're just as good as the next person.
Yes, and nothing but love. Like we don't. One thing I've taught her, we do not go in no situation without love.
Yeah.
Even if it's the worst. And it's time okay, sister. But we have to go into certain.
Cause I'd be like, cause and you ain't see, and you ain't know,
and I'd be like, you have to go into the situation with love because that's just like when you address something and you go through it. That's just like if they give you back the bad energy, leave it alone.
And that's just human.
With love, that's what you gonna get out of it.
and you know what? When every time it's a situation like that, when we get to the gist of what's going on, it's always I thought you were, and I did this because a lot of people misjudge. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not hard for me to be a good person. It's not hard for me to accept people for who they are and take shit with a grain of salt. So I don't understand why it's so hard for certain people to have the same energy. And I think that it's crazy that people look at your social media and become wholehearted about their opinion on who you are. And then when you meet them, and maybe this is the curse of social media, when you meet them, everything is about you changing what they think of you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can tell from your energy that you perceive me this kind of way, so let me act and give off a different kind of energy so you can understand that I'm really this kind of raw, nice, you know what I mean, real person at the end of the day. And I think with me personally, it makes me get frustrated. It makes me want to get back in the shell and not fuck with nobody and get really angry. And that's where that comes from when I'm telling her, you know what I mean, I don't want to work with nobody. You know what I mean? I feel Nikki when she said that. Who you want to work with? Nobody. 99% of them is nobodies. Like, that's the truth.
Yeah.
But you got to approach certain situations with love. And when you do that, you'll be very surprised at the outcome. So,
and it makes a big damn difference. I tell you that. You will see it. It will prevail when you go into anything with positive energy and you know what you want out of it. I feel like it's always gonna be obstacles. I don't feel like nobody gonna tell me they made it in this game without going through something.
Exactly.
Even if it was
and if they tell you they didn't, they lie.
Right. Exactly. So that's just my thing on that. And like I said, we just want to make sure we want to let everybody know that we come in everything with love, and it's nothing but good things and prosperity. And I wish the best to everyone. I don't wish no negativity and negative things on no one. That's just like, this is life.
and don't be mad at us. Like, gay people love rainbows and sprinkles and pretty shit, and we be cooking
and singing.
And I got my friend gaining weight. Like, why y'all mad at us? We be trying to have fun and turn up, and we got money. We spend money. Oh, also, we are hosting a Christmas party, Santa's Twerk Shop. It's on December 25th at exqui on Ashley Phosphate. So.
Well, I will definitely do my best to be there.
Yes, please
I'm all for
come to the twerk shop.
I was like, I'm not being a reindeer. Miss Claus.
We gonna pull up with our 12 reindeer, handing out candy canes and all that. So
yes, that's gonna be awesome.
Come see us.